Welcome to Rap Fiesta. Welcome to Rap Fiesta. What up, everybody? Welcome to Rap Fiesta. To Rap Fiesta. Rap Fiesta. To Rap Fiesta. Rap Fiesta. Welcome to the Rap Fiesta podcast. Oh, man, Kosha, it's great to have you on the podcast, brother.
What's your first name?
What's up?
What's your first name? It's not Rap Fiesta. It's
Sade.
Sade.
Yes, sir.
I never heard of that. I never heard that name. I was like, I don't know if we ever like officially be like, hey, I'm Rami, or say, okay. Because we only met in passing that one time, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. That was like, it's funny because I've been following you for a while because I had a couple friends who put me onto you. And then like, I was like, I know I'm going to meet him one day because I live in New York City and you're always out hustling and rapping. And then perfect.
Yeah, I've only been here for like a year and a half. Like year and a half unofficially, but a real like about a year, not even officially a year. I get my lease renews next month. So
where were you at before?
I was living in LA for like 9 years, and I lived in Israel for like 9 months on and off. Just wherever I'm at, I'm always gone a month or 2 months, like music stuff and just bouncing.
So are you gonna renew your lease back in NY?
New York, yeah, New York is move. I really like it, New York.
Yeah, I feel like a lot has been like happening, especially around here.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I don't know who was the guy that I recorded. Another Jewish guy, Green Tea Studios.
My boy Barry, yeah, in LA. They're in West
Barry.
LA. Yeah, he's got a couple studios down there. I've known him for like years.
He also has a song with Mick Jenkins out of nowhere.
He does. Barry knows what he's doing. But I don't think he makes music like that anymore. He's more like on the managerial side. He's got a couple artists he's working with. He's doing
Yeah, man. But I just remember I was like, oh, you got a song with Mick Jenkins? That's a look.
Yeah, bang. It was hard. I performed with him too because I like that's how I started this whole thing too. I was a rapper originally, and then I just like stopped being in that lane as much, and I still love music so much, and I love conversing with artists and creatives. So I made this platform, and it's been like booming ever since. But I want to talk about you though, because you got a lot going on recently. You started like hustling outside New York City, all over, everywhere you can be, rapping on the streets. What made you want to start doing that?
I think for people that don't know who I am, and just to come across me now, it's really interesting because my history in New York goes back to like late 90s. I'm 40, so I've been rapping out here before I lived in LA, and I won from like 99 to 2009. 2009 I won the Hot 97 battle. 2010 I played Summer Jam.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I played Summer Jam before J. Cole, Sean Price, rest in peace, Diggy Simmons. But most notably, I remember seeing J. Cole and like Bobby Trends and seeing J. Cole come out. And I'm like, well, yeah, man. I went from winning the Hot 97 battle to we played Summer Jam in 2010. 2012, I was in a BT Cypher. And 2016, I had a Billboard charting album, which is like five, you know what I'm saying? Coming up, not even 6 years ago. And the thing is, just like the platforms during the pandemic really dropped, and I had done street performing out in LA. But really, I felt as if, sometimes you have to go back to the drawing board, like, because I should have been bigger. Like everyone I know it blew up. Like I was on the tour bus with G-Eazy, and he was like, oh, I just got in Vibe magazine. And you're like, damn, it's 2012, G-Eazy's in Vibe, like big deal. You know what I mean? Whatever. And you don't really put, and you see the exponential growth of other people. And you're like, how does a culture shift that works for me personally, that I could participate in, that would be natural? And I think for me, that was street performing, you know what I'm saying? Just being outside, being hustling, but not selling CDs, but just like doing street shows. And I just thought it worked for me. And then I was like, okay, seeing what's going viral, does the world want to see a music video, or do they want to see, just some crazy stuff be happening, literally.
I love about you too is that you embody that hustle, like that's what draws people into you, because they can actually get that from you on a real personal level and connect with you And then they go and they're like, oh, well, I'm seeing him perform in real life. Let me go check out his music. Like you drew them in like that. That's
Yeah.
what I find too. Like, yeah, I can hear a hot song, but if I don't know the artist and like I can't actually connect with them on a personal level, what's the
Hmm.
background listening? So like that's what I love that you do. I love that.
And just, a lot of other people are into, the fashion, the nightclubs. Um, Me, I'm sober over 17 years. I really don't like going out. Like, I'm not in the club. I'm not with the bottle service. I'm
That's
not.
me about you also because the rap scene is like crazy girls around, drugs everywhere, alcohol everywhere. Like
Even if you're not into it, yeah, that's like what, if you would think of like New York or maybe LA stuff, I was like, I would look at a place like that and say, I'd rather rap outside this place than go inside because I'm not gonna go buy you a drink or you know what I'm saying? Like I don't even buy, like it's a rule of mine. I think the only rapper I've ever bought a drink for or anybody was Gangsta Boo. And I love Gangsta Boo and I have songs with her and I've known her for years and she's really put me onto a lot of, but other than that like I wouldn't buy a drink for anybody. And that's just a rule I have as the way I live my life. It's just something I don't do. So for me, I looked at it as like, hey, you could be in here or you could be out here. And I thought, you know what? When I become the artist that everyone's looking at, to be that artist, to be inside, then I'll be that. But until then, like I'd rather just rap outside and who knows what could happen. And maybe like Jim Carrey will just jump on the mic with me or Gaten from Stranger Things, which has happened, or Jeff Goldblum. We've done stuff like that. And the thing is, I do go into those things. It just it just isn't what fits me. You know what I mean? I'm trying to level up in the world of fashion and all these things, but like really, I'm an underground hip hop dude with a hoodie and sweatpants or joggers, and I'm just like ready to bar up. Like, and I started doing different things in suits and dressing really extravagantly, costumes. Moses, I started doing these things as dressed as Moses, and they started going viral. And I'm like, okay, once you hit an age where you've seen it all, and I'm literally telling you, I have seen it all. I've seen the cycle go from like underground hip hop to like ASAP Rocky's movement to back to boom bap now. You're just like, hey, this always does work. I'm going to be rapping in another 10 years, probably still. What works now? Like, let me try something different. Doesn't work. Okay. Try something new. But that is sort of what's been exciting me. And this year specifically, I picked MSG, Madison Square Garden, the Knicks. And I'm like, I'm just going to wrap up all the Knicks games. And that's sort of how I developed a lot of my new buzz recently through the Knicks.
So what do you think is the most like the best niche for you right now? That out of all of the things that you've tried, do you think it's rapping outside or dressing up in crazy costumes?
The best niche for me is to make a hit song. I just had my first viral song. I mean, I had my biggest song in my career was the Hanukkah song with Nassim Black. It got 200,000 views in like, I would say almost 2 weeks, but it's really been a month. But it really got up to like 180 in like a week. And then it just after, Hanukkah slowed down, but it still got 20,000 views after Hanukkah, no ads, no nothing. Right. Because when you get so many likes, it's just popping up more.
How did you connect with Nassim originally for that record?
I knew Nassim Black through 2008. I knew Nassim Black before he was Jewish, when he was doing stuff with Jake One in Seattle and like Mac. I was really into that underground rap scene of like Rhymesayers and Seattle. Seattle, I would say, was the second home to like Rhymesayers just because this dude Greaves was out there. And I met Nassim Black, and there was some other dude named Grinch. And they have literally the nicest rappers, just period. And their visuals at that time were ahead of the game of New York, anybody. I put all my money on Seattle, really, just 2008, 2009 Seattle. These were people that were investing, $5-10 grand into music videos at that time as underground rappers. I was like, yo, how are they doing this? And D Black was a rapper, and that was Nassim Black. And this was, I was just watching this stuff, and he was just buzzing. He had the same publicist that the biggest rappers in the world have now. Audible Treats, like, just doing all the trap rappers. And he was part of that. So to see him go from there to then the Jewish community, mind you, I had been on tour with Modest Yahoo. Nassim Black wasn't Jewish yet. And then now working with Nassim as he is, as, not to say as Jewish as he is now, just as Jewish as everybody else, but it's you could only see where like my mind is like, damn, it's crazy,
Right.
And he's living in Jerusalem, so Beit Shemesh actually, and just a lot of kids, and it's amazing, man. He's a great songwriter, so it's really cool to see him making this Jewish music, but it's just coveted with all this songwriting. You know what I mean? It's just good songs, and we made this song, and I was like, wow, man. When you ask the question, what's the best thing that's working for you? Having all of that as one, people seeing you on the street, and then they're going to check your music, and then they see that your music is popping. They're like, why are you on the street? And you don't understand, because of my lifestyle, I really don't. And the way the internet is, it's like, and the way, with COVID and pandemic, it's really hard to connect to people unless you got shows, but there's no shows. All the shows are getting canceled again. So to me, that's like the ultimate thing, is to have a hit song and to really be popping online and really get people say, hey, I seen you. Now let me check it out. Let me go see this. And it's just a whirlwind of content and concerts and music and podcasts. And you just continuously hammer, the nail. And, ultimately that leads to, business.
I think nice formula, especially during like COVID. Like you said, you can't perform. Well, you'll take it to the streets. Like they can't shut the streets down. But
can't.
No, they can't shut Kosha down either, man. It's going
shut me down. And I'll rap on the street and I take 30 seconds and it gets 5,000 views on TikTok. And then you go on the train and it gets another 5,000. And then people are like clicking on the links in your bio and they're finding your music and you're just on the train. And then they're just people that like subway content of New York. I mean, subway creatures, these accounts have millions. So now you're working with the blog pages is the new MTVs of, what I'm saying, of really like leaking out your 40-second, your 60-second pieces, your 20-second pieces. And that's the stuff. It's like, first you got 15 seconds of you rapping with Fat Joe, or 20 seconds, and Fat Joe's rapping 40 seconds. Next video, I'm rapping 50 seconds, Fat Joe's just watching. Next one, now we got a whole song, and it's a song with me in the scene. So now it's like a minute and 30 seconds of me rapping. And then the next one is just me rapping, and it's viral too. And now just everyone is, and then you're collabing, and now collabing with you and collab with him, her, producers. Now all the big producers are reaching out to you. And the thing is, there's a lot of people that see your vision, but it's really hard to make the vision unfold with like limited resources financially and just having a whole team. And then seeing my song with Nassim get on the radio, get on the Z100, get on Hot 97, get on Shade 45, get on Paul Rosenberg. And you're like, yo, what's the next step? Okay, I didn't have the proper team in place to really push it all the way through. If we had the song prepared 3 weeks in advance before that, what would have happened? You know what I mean? Would we have been on a late night show? And so the virality of New York, like this year, I made stuff that was on a late show with Stephen Colbert. So I saw some of the stuff that I was doing, these ideas I had, and I'm like, okay, I know how to do this. So now what's the next move? And the next move is to really back it up with songs, right? Because songs are forever. They stand the test of time, and you make money on them, and people, they could blow up 6 years later, 5 years on TikTok and all that now,
I'm a big fan of the rush strategy when it comes to situations like yours. Because like, what if you had another hit ready to go right after that Hanukkah song to carry the momentum?
Mm-hmm.
And with his strategy,
what's it called?
Russ strategy, like Russ the rapper, how he came up, how he
Russ strategy. You called it Russ. Yo, bro, speak on it, because yes.
It's like basically you don't drop the song yet until you have the whole arsenal ready. So you're preparing for a year. You make 52 songs in that 1 year, and then every week you'll drop a song. Each week that song is the promo for the previous week. And then once you get that viral hit, you don't have to worry about going back into the booth and creating something fresh. You already have another song to drop right away and ride that momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know. I'm not a lot of artists do that because it's hard. There's so much prep that
It's hard. I don't have to work on freestyling, right? I mean, that's how I work on freestyling. How do you practice? I make more freestyle videos. I get out and I go rap about this or rap about that. And I just did there's an interview with me and Harry, you know Harry Mack. Harry Mack is one of the biggest, most successful viral freestyle rappers, period. And he's, I just did an interview on his YouTube and we did a freestyle together, and we're just talking like, what freestyle rappers don't have that songwriters have is that we don't have songs. You know what I'm saying? People know me for my freestyles. They don't know me for my songs. Now I have the experience of people being like, yo, going on tour with Nassim. We have shows this whole month and we're doing the song and people know the words to the song because 200,000 views and 50,000 views and 40,000 streams and this many here and that many there and all the other pages that posted it. We probably got like 500,000 on that song, really, even though it's 200,000 on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter, etc. So in every city, there's at least 5 to 10 people that know all the words to that song. You know what I mean? Just like statistically, you know what I mean? In a situation, if you got 1 million streams on the song, you're about to sell 50 tickets in everything. If you got a song with 50 million, you could probably sell 100 tickets in every city in America just off the rip because everyone wants to hear that. That's that song. I know that song, and the thing is do I want one song with, like, I think I got my Spotify stats this year and it was like 500,000 streams per year. And I'm like, do I want 500,000 on like 4 songs I released, or do I want 500,000 on 50 songs? And just every song is like the dope and 5,000, it's cool. 10,000 streams on a song is dope, especially if you're not paying for these streams and people are just finding you. And because if you dig me, you're going to listen to 50 different songs. If you really dig it, you're just going to play the list. And then these things and you're becoming like a real fan. Now you're buying my shirts and you're buying my hats. Now you're buying, and that's really what this year I'm trying to do the Russ thing. Like I want to do 50. So I just recorded my first song the other day. I was like, okay, this is it. My boys like, go back and just change this one thing, put it out. Boom. I did another collaboration with my man, Flint Flossie. He got 100,000 on his YouTube. We released that. I'm going to do some stuff with everybody in New York. I got a whole list of all the artists I'm collabing with. I'm sending out, the emails, I got my big artists. Hey, I want to collab with you. Like, what's it going to cost? I know you'll do it for free, but I need you to do it now. You know what I mean? I don't want you to do it whenever you want. I'm on a timeline. You feel me? So I'm trying to have this whole thing, consistently releasing. And it's exciting, man. Like I'm doing tons of collabs. And so this is the year where it's song Kosha, it's lyrics, it's writing. And before I was a freestyler, I was a writer. You know what I mean?
I feel like, and I have a question about, like, do you feel like being so heavily into the freestyle scene that it can box you in a way as being known as the freestyle rapper instead of being shown the respect as someone who drops music like as a global artist? If you get the question I'm trying to ask.
Yeah, no, I get it. And that's what I'm trying to change that.
I like that.
I mean, freestyling is easy. I had a conversation with my girl the other day. I was like, I don't need to be outside rapping for 3 hours. I could get my freestyle videos on a train, boom, boom, bing, bing, bong. Like, that's it. Take the L train home and that's it. And then I post those videos and I got my street raps. Okay. And you make your little, you make your couple donations, whatever. That's just get a couple coffees and, pay a light bill, whatever. It's not even about that. For me, it's about, okay, you're playing a big show in New York. You're doing outside this content. All these other pages need content. They need this. In New York, what I do is celebrate it. In other cities, it's not. In New York, they want to see people doing crazy stuff on the train, streets, New Year's, anything, rapping. My first viral video was me rapping in a blizzard on Hanukkah. Like it was a blizzard.
Yeah, bro.
Blizzard.
Not freezing out there.
What happened?
Not freezing cold rapping in the middle of a New York nor'easter.
Yeah, people love that. They're like, New York is back. Like the crazier thing you could do in New York, the better it is for you, right? because the New York is known for a hustle. Like if you can't hustle out here, go like move home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's expensive here. There's a lot of rejection in this city, and you're most likely not going to make it. And everyone loves that. People love the Kickstarter. They don't want the Indiegogo. Kickstarter, it's all or nothing. Indiegogo, like you could settle for less. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the thing. So no cap on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, but like it is an all or nothing city. And if the city accepts you and you crack off here, like it's exciting to see that. And a lot of people, I realized once I had the video with Fat Joe and that virality, people are like, okay, what's next? Like, how are you really going to top? You're going to do that. I tried to go to, you know, this year I did everything. I dressed in suits, astronaut, Easter bunny, blizzards, rainstorms with the umbrella, red suit, blue suit, green suit, you know, St. Pat. I dressed in like 8 suits, really 8 or 9. And then I'm like, end of the day, yo, that is what's going to be. But when you have a song that's on the radio and you can give other people something to attach with the viral videos that you're doing anyway, that's the move. That's the move. That's saying like, yo, now you're on the radio. Now these people want stuff from you. They know that you have a song that could go from Hot 97. We had the first Hanukkah song ever on Hot 97, Z100, 107.5. We had and Paul Rosen, Eminem's manager's playing it on Hanukkah radio. He's playing on other stuff. And to me, I'm like, damn, whose fault is it that they don't have another song right now? It's my fault. You feel me? So you got to have another song ready to go. Boom, and another song ready to go. Boom, and another song ready to go. Boom, and another song ready to go. And it just makes it easier for everybody. It makes it easier for my distro. They're pitching me. They're like, yo, this is what Dillz got. Dillz has 40 songs in the chamber right now. We're all loaded up, and they all have artwork, and they all and 10 of them have music videos, and we have primary artists. You know, I'm trying to do songs with all my homies that I know. You know, anyone from Roots of Creation, a reggae group, to Travie McCoy, to, you know, people I know. Like I know everybody knows me, and I know everybody, as I should, because I've been in this game for over a decade strong, really just having stuff crack off. Like I was in the BET Cypher in 2012. Old Dirty Bastard Son come out to my shows to do, you know, Ooh Baby I Like It, like sing, you know, to my shows, which is bananas if you think about that, because a lot of people know me as, oh, you made a Hanukkah song with Nassim Black, or oh, you do, you know. So I just had a discussion with a guy that put me down with a lot of stuff in New York, and just overall many years, just a lot of like my creative. And he's like, if you know these indie rock superstars that like you, and you got Portugal the Man sharing your stuff, and you got these people, it's like, you should just have songs with all these people ready to go, because it's going to fuck everyone's head up when they just see it in the press and nonstop. Like, I thought December was your month. Damn, January is your month. Damn, February is your month. March is crazy for you. So it's to really...
Well, your resume is built up so much too. Like when people get interested from that Hanukkah song, they're gonna dig into you and see all the other cool stuff you did. Like I did, you know, I saw that you were signed with DMX. Like, how was that? That was insane.
I battled DMX. I would say DMX battled me. He just like, yo, you rhyme, spit something. And then he just started going at me. And then I started rapping in front. I was like, yo, go at DMX. This is just crazy. It's crazy. And he just kept going at me. And you think of like iconic moments of life that no one would ever believe unless there was video. And that was a conscious moment when people weren't even filming like that. People weren't doing that. And it's like, you give somebody your old raggedy like USB thing to film, and then goes up on the YouTube, and Vlad TV posts like white guy battles, you know, and they're doing what they do, you know, and you would never think that that video alone is going to stand the test of time. And then there's so many other things within that, you know what I mean? I have so many moments like that. So that's why it's only fair that one of those moments really adds on to me. Like from there to the Fat Joe thing, and then Fat Joe bringing me on stage this year, and all that happening within the same year. the only thing that could have been really better is if I had a song with DMX after that happened, or to really just have the courage to be like, yo, what does it take to get a song with you? Okay, it costs 10, 15 grand right now. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, cool. Like just to even be able to operate like a major label without having a major label and saying, okay, like it's fine. And we need 30,000 or 20,000 or 10,000 or 5,000 or whatever. But what is it and how do we make it efficient? And how do we make this a machine? Because this is like the material that I have with me in my apartment and here where we're at in our little place. Cool to know, because it's my job. It's not anyone else's job to make me pop. You know what I'm saying? And that means me hiring the right people. That means having the right team in hand. That's like, oh, instead of, I don't need more people say congratulations. I need like the right army, the community that's like, yo, we knew this was going to happen, Dillz. We knew it. This is the moment. Everyone assemble, hit the streets, and like, you know, that's it. Because it is exciting, because we're going to have this conversation and then another. And in a week from now, we're going to see another announcement and you're going to be like, yo, you didn't tell me that. Because I got stuff in the cannon. I got stuff in the cannon, right? I got stuff in the email right now. And you're going to be like, yo, that's crazy. It is, dog. It's crazy. But the idea is the Rust method is just consistency, because it's every week it's going to be bigger no matter what, even if you're with or without anybody. You know what I mean? Because by the fourth week, people are catching on, and people love to get behind something. You know what I mean? And that's the thing with street performing, is that some people are like, when does it end? When does it do it? And, you know, for me, it doesn't end, but now it's like, I'm being more selective of like when I'm doing it. And you know, I go to the Knicks games because I got the whole We Outside Till We Inside thing from the Knicks games with Fat Joe. And that became like its own brand of We Outside Till We Inside. And now this year we're getting inside. You know, that's the whole concept of me rapping outside, is that I'm only outside because I'm not inside yet. You know, I rapped outside the Grammys, and I got a commercial. That was my first big hit from rapping outside. Was that I got a commercial in a Chevrolet thing where I was just like acting, and I got paid. I don't know, it was probably like 50,000 or something like that, and I got it. But it was like with taxes and everything, come out to like 33 or something like that, 30. You get it from SAC. And this was like the first thing was like, okay, the reason why I rapped outside the Grammys was because my guy that produced my album was nominated for a Grammy. And then that year I also did Warped Tour. And Warped Tour at that time booked me. It was a CAA. I mean, it's Creative Artists. It's the biggest agency in the game. So I went from like being just, you know, underground to being like, whoa, this mentality that I have is the right mentality. I'm underground, I'm hardcore. It aligns with what I believe in, of being like this guerrilla warfare rap stuff, whether it's pop music or rap music or hardcore bars or anything. It's just relentless to show up early, stay late, rapping outside the biggest festivals. Like, you want to play Coachella? The thing is, and I played Coachella. I played as a guest on Coachella. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. That's crazy. How'd you get that?
I'll tell you the story. So it's like, I played Coachella with my boy DJ Ethos, and I just did a guess. I have my Span Hebrew song. It's Spanish, Hebrew, English, and they spin un baton, and they spin a lot of Spanish, Latin hip hop, and the DJ crew is called Subsuelo. It's like they throw parties in LA, and there's closer to the weeks at Coachella, there'll be like more local acts that get on the first of like the day in Sunday or Saturday on a major stage. If you get a gig at Coachella, you're only going to get at my level or anyone early my level, you're going to play first. You're not going to play in the middle of the day, right? So if you play outside Coachella, more people are actually going to see you. Technically, you probably make more money rapping outside of these places, right? So it's like, why not do both? Because no one in the history ever has. So there's really no formula to say what works and what doesn't work to make you grow, unless there's a machine behind you that you got, you know, Billie Eilish's booking agent or or you got, 50 Cent's booking agent or Cara Lewis, or I don't know, someone that's so big that's ready to grow you and put you on all these things because they're a G. But if you're getting by yourself, it's like, why not do both? So for me, it was like, hey, there are people in the game. The guy that produced my last album, Sam Barsh, he did 10 of 14 tracks. He's nominated for a Grammy for working on Kanye's Hurricane. There's 10 people that worked on Hurricane, but he's one of them. And it's like, these people, just because you got a good producer doesn't mean your song's going to get heard. Just because you got a good manager doesn't mean your stuff is going to get heard, because they only get 15% of what you make anyway. So how you expect them to give you 100% when they make 15%? This is bars for anybody that's wondering what's going to happen. The only one's going to make it happen for you is yourself. So it's up to you to make 50 songs and release 50 songs a year. It's not no one managing Russ is like, you know what you should do? You should make, you know what I mean? That was his decision. You know what I mean? Look where he's at.
He did it all himself too. That's like, he produced every single record that he dropped when he was coming up like that. And he does it. He recorded himself. Like, he gets all of these credits. I'm sure he made his own art.
I recorded the Hanukkah song right here, and I got two, and that's on the fridge is the money that Fat Joe gave me and Jada Kiss, the $20 bills they gave me, and I put that there. For real. It's right there, yeah. And I do it right here in my crib, and I dropped thousands of dollars to record studios or whatever. But the thing is, I don't mind even if the Russ method fails for me, really. But it would just be nice that people would start being like, yo, I follow your Spotify, you're always dropping hot songs, instead of, yo, I always know you for freestyling. And it's really up to you how you get people to perceive you. It's like, we outside till we inside is just basically the mentality that no one's going to open a door for me. I'm not a young spring 23-year-old artist. You know what I'm saying? I'm 40. You know what I mean? But if you look at culture right now, people want, my fan base is younger now. And if you look at my stats, my fan base is younger now when I'm older than it was when I was younger. Because when I was younger, I was trying to impress all the old heads. And now when I'm 40 and trying to just impress my own life and just be successful for myself, that younger people are gravitating toward that, and they love the hustle because it's like what people are into. People love DIY culture. People love that I just don't give a fuck that I'm like on New Year's, rapping outside, go make $300 or whatever. And yo, you know why? All the other New Year's shows were canceled. So if your show's canceled and you don't play, that's your decision. But I decided to go out and do my own thing and go make 30 new Instagram followers. And that's what I decided to do. You know what I mean? And
records by yourself too, and engineering and mixing all of it?
I record myself recently. And then I just got a team that mixes. My boy Mike from this band called Shinobi Ninja. We got a system. I'm like, my girl's been producing a lot of these beats named Nini. She's from Atlanta. I met her online in a live stream, and she's just dope. Black woman from Atlanta. I never met her. We're working on a lot of stuff. I'm using, what's that website? BeatStars. I'm just like, yo, $150, whatever. Like, there's so many good producers on there for nothing. And, if you want to just spend, $300 per song, and then, you add your little extra additives in, boom. That's it. You spend some money on beats, some beats you get for free, some you do the splits, whatever, and just kind of works out in the end. Nonstop. Like, now I'm like telling everyone, send me beats, because one of my things is gonna pop, and I just know it.
Well, you made the Hanukkah song and it did pop, and you made it right where you're sitting. No, and like, yeah. So that's why I'm getting mad at you, because you need to do more of that. It's so easy for you to just rap where you're at. What's stopping that going?
I'm gonna do a song today. You know what I'm saying?
You don't need to wonder, oh, is this quality good enough? Like, you have proof that it is good enough, that it worked. So that's what I'm waiting for now. Now I'm just waiting for you to unleash it all.
Yep. I just did a new song, and I'm like, oh man, I like this. And my man Zach Cohen from Tucson sent me some beats, and Zico, and he makes beats, and dude's talented. I just put it out. I was like, this is the year to collaborate with me, because I just need help. The only thing I really need help with is being pushed to be consistent. And that was like on my New Year's goals. It was like, I'm good at doing the stuff that I'm good at, but to really change your ways as an adult, you know what I mean? It's like, how do you eat different. You know, you say today you don't eat bread anymore. And you're like, what do you mean? And you realize, damn, like I really have bread everywhere in my diet and these snacks and cookies and sugar. And that's difficult. It's very simple, but it's difficult because you're addicted to this lifestyle. Like for me, it's easier for me to just rap outside. I'd rather rap outside or freestyle 800 times a year than write 50 songs. The freestyling is actually more work, right? But writing takes more patience, takes the same thing. You got to slow it down a little bit. You got to switch up your attack. And it's really hard to tell the general of the army that says, oh no, we're totally doing this different this year. And he's gonna be like, what? This worked. He goes, well, you think it's working, but what if I told you that if you did it this way, it would work 5 times as much? Would you be interested? And be like, show me proof. And he goes, you don't get it. Like, he's like, you do have proof already. It proved in this one move you made that I got more streams on that one song than everything else I had done put together. You know what I mean? And you're letting more people. So for me this year, it's like, okay, you just put your money where your mouth is and show and prove. And this is what's going to happen, you know? So that's the goal, man, is to really become a relentless machine and build up the streaming, you know what I mean? Where I start becoming, oh yeah, I'm bumping that Kosha Dillz, and listening to Kosha Dillz and be, oh, the guy who raps outside, like, yeah, nah, but you hear his music. And you're like, oh wow, let me dig into that. So
you got a good formula going, man. You just got to keep consistent with it, and it's like it's happening. Like you're in the middle of it.
Yeah, man. And I got to just get out of your own way. And I think just artists in general, like we need to get out of their own way. And this is a great way for me to get help. I mean, the first album I ever did, I did a collaborative album because I knew I wasn't able to finish an album by myself. Because I was like, if I could do half the song, I really had trouble finishing songs. I could do a good first verse or second verse. I would take out the first verse, let the other guy get the first, because my second verse would be doper than the first. And then, would get the hooks right. And now my album Freestyle Versus Written was like in Spin Magazine. It was right off the gate. We were like, yo, we had good PR. We did it properly. And, now the internet is different, right? The internet is different. So in this situation, I got a calendar, and that's my goal, man, to fill it up. This might not always be the songs that I want, but that's not the point of doing what I'm doing. It's like my music is going to be streamed by all different kinds of people. And I'm just trying to do all of it. And it also lets me have more time for myself, just on like my personal life, because I'm sticking to this system for a specific amount of time. It's like going to the gym 3 times a week and doing these sets and eating like this. And then at the end, it's like, you're not going to see changes right away, but in the 9th month, boom, all of a sudden you got abs and you're like, bruh, this is crazy. You know what I mean? Because the body, it just takes a look. You don't really know how each body adapts. And that's sort of like hip hop culture. So when those song goes, bye-bye.
That's all it takes. And then they go on the back catalog and then they boost up everything you've ever made, and then that's it. You got it.
At least you could see that on a simple level. You could see that on TikTok, right? You see your big video on TikTok, and all the other videos go up in views. You get one. So that's what I'm doing on TikTok all the time. That's what I'm uploading 3 times a day.
I tell people to do TikTok, you can abuse, and you'll see the most growth from ever paying for anything. You get a viral video on TikTok, and things just go insane for you. So easy to blow up on there. That going too, and it's like you don't need crazy videos or anything. You need a video of you rapping, put some subtitles on it so people can follow along. That's all it takes. Spit about something controversial. That's all it takes.
It's true.
It's funny because I rap too. I don't really rap often anymore though. But like maybe like a year ago or maybe 6 months ago, people were like very loud on social media about like Israel-Palestine conflict.
Right.
That's a controversial topic, and like whatever, I was feeling some type of way about it, so I wrote a little rap on it, and I haven't posted any.
Right, I'm looking at the TikTok stuff now, and it's really interesting how one video goes, another one goes.
Yeah, like the one video that I made got like 30,000 views, and I was like, oh, dope! Like it wasn't anything that was too hard to make. It took like a minute. It was crazy.
That's it, man. Controversy, this, that, and the third. Stuff that resonates with people will always be listened to.
Absolutely. That's crazy, man. I love it. Nah, man, I think you're very unique. I think there's no Kosha Dillz. There's only one of you. There's no one who's running marathons, rapping in the streets, writing about Hanukkah songs, Jewish rapper at 40 years old, even rappers at 40 years old, like trying to hustle and make it. Like you're one of one. I love that.
Yeah, man. And listen, and this year's most of the content's gonna be, I'm gonna have so much music that people are like, it's not gonna be Jewish related. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a couple things, but I'm just gonna be making, songs that I want to make. And, I come from battle rap. So it's like, I'm just gonna make as many songs as I can this year. I'd like to make 50. I might make 26 because my birthday, and that would be 26 would be, obviously an equal 52. So it would be one every 2 weeks. And then like in between, we would have like performances of the songs, et cetera, just to let a little bit of breathe in. But I might do more. And some of the people that I look up to most, about what they're doing right now, I would say, even just watching what Chris Webby does and how it has Webby Wednesdays and just it's consistent build. You go up consistently and people listen to usually I think when people listen to you, they listen to like not just one song. They only like listen. So, hey, boom, 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 3 songs, you know what I mean? That's how they're listening. And I think just to give people more songs of mine to listen to is really the goal. I don't want them just to be one. And that's it. That's what happened to my boy Sam, who produced my record. He had the stuff with Kanye, and then he got, a management deal, and we were just talking about, man, I wish we released our album this year so people could listen to it. He's like, we could release 3 new songs and make it a deluxe version. Boom. Nothing. Like there's no rules anymore. It's really up to us. And with that being said, I'm probably gonna write a song today. So,
I love that, man. 26 is a lot too. If you need help, like if you need people like for art, video.
I do need people for beats. I always need beats. I mean, if anyone's down to be like, hey, let's split publishing and whatever, like that's what I'm just, let's go. You know what I mean? Because I got my mixers, I got my mastering, I got my team that's like, okay, this art, let's go. That's it.
What's up? Oh, guy, I just thought about this too. I would love for you to hop onto this. I run like Fiesta freestyles on Tuesdays where we have artists tap in on the live and start freestyling, and it'd be sick to have the freestyle goat on there for one of these.
Sure. Yeah. Definitely tap me in and chop it up. We'll post it. I love it. I'm all about it.
Kosha, man, it's been great. This was a great convo. I'm happy. I love it. It was a pleasure. And
yeah.
I look forward to for more from you, my man.
Let's go. All right, dude.
Absolutely. You have a good rest of the week, my man.
Yes, sir. Let's tap in. Oh, should I give you guys my socials real quick on this? So I'm
gonna tag it. Yeah, let them know.
Okay, well, everything is Kosha Dillz, KOSHADILLZ. The TikTok is Kosha Dillz 826. That's my birthday. I was 26. And then my website's koshadillzworld.com. So, yes, sir.
Dillz, in and out. I'll see you, my guy.